All right, let's get this party started, folks. Frogmen, good evening, veterans and guests. It is my honor to be here tonight. Before I get into comments and notes, I'd like to recognize a few VIPs. Mr. Thornton, Rainey, thank you, sir, ma'am, for allowing me to spend the last couple of days with you. Absolutely amazing. Vice Admiral Davids, thank you, ma'am. We are absolutely honored to have you here. It means the world to everybody in the room. And for everybody in the room, if you're not tracking, Vice Admiral Davids, Superintendent of the U.S. Naval Academy, is married to Rear Admiral Davids. Yes, I said Vice Admiral Davids, 3-star, is married to Rear Admiral Davids, 2-star, who is the commander of Naval Special Warfare. Ma'am, thank you so much for being here. And then Rear Admiral Benelli, sir, Rear Admiral Hendrickson, where are you? You guys are here. Thank you both for being here. Cheers, sir. And then the last special call out, Master Chief Kirk Scarborough, the original Force Master Chief of Naval Special Warfare, the original senior enlisted of the community. Hoo-yah to you. Thanks for being here. And then, as our training for Guardians reminded us when we were going through it, this entire endeavor is all about you veterans, you fellow frogmen. To all of you, thank you. You are the VIPs, the true VIPs of this entire event, and it's our honor to be here and celebrate this evening with you. Okay. To team honor our flight, honor flight. I know you guys have done a lot of these. I know, Julie, this is your 57th, correct? Okay, you've probably had some recognition from military veterans as you've done these. I don't know if you've ever had recognition from a group of Navy SEALs before. And there's something that we do in the Naval Special Warfare community called a hoo-yah. And that hoo-yah is a point of reverence. It is a sounding of respect. And to you and your entire honor flight team, I would like to give you a hoo-yah. So Deputy Force Master Chief Morales, if you will, please.
Honor flight!
So, ma'am, to you, to all of our team leaders, to every honor flight member of your group, that is how we say thank you. That is how we pay tribute. And that is the highest possible tribute that we could offer you. And thank you for what you're doing. It means the world to all of us. And we absolutely appreciate you and every team leader in the room for what you've done for us and all of our veterans this weekend. Okay, to the veterans, to my fellow frogmen, to my fellow members of NSW in the room, very simply put, and ma'am, I've already told you, if I start crying tonight, you are not to report this to my boss, okay? All right. I am honored, I am humbled, and I am blessed to be able to offer comments to all of you this evening. My voice to you, veterans, is not mine. The words that I will share with you tonight are from the 10,000 members of the Naval Special Warfare community, and I hope only, and I pray only, that the words I offer to you tonight can show just an amount of appreciation that we feel for all of you and what you have given to the Naval Special Warfare community. My connection to the Vietnam generation started for me when I was 10 years old. A long time ago, we have a family farm in Wisconsin, Thank you very much. Go Cheddarhead. From age 10 until I graduated from high school, I would work the family farm, and I would work directly for my uncle, Marty Severson, who is a Vietnam vet. He was my giant. He was my mentor. He guided, directed, coached, developed me in a way that I had no idea would impact me for the rest of my life. I was able to live in his bedroom because he had moved out. It was my grandmother's house. His bedroom was adorned with his flags from Vietnam, from his Southeast Asia Pacific tours. And I didn't know then that I was doomed for a life in the Navy, just from what it was that I was absorbing from being around him. His influence on me was a major impact in my life. In fact, when I was 14, he took me on my first Harley Davidson ride. He said, "Hey, I know your mom's in Florida. Give her a call. Ask her if you can go on a ride with me on my Harley." And I was like, okay. So I called my mom and I said, "Hey, Uncle Marty wants to take me on a Harley ride." She goes, "Yeah, sure, just be safe." So his idea of a Harley ride was for me to hop in this sidecar. We're on the west side of Wisconsin, right on the Mississippi. We drove across the state of Minnesota and went to Sturgis that summer. So as a 14-year-old going to Sturgis, I learned more about the female form on that trip than I ever thought possible from the Sears and Roebuck catalog, if you guys are tracking. My Uncle Marty was my mentor. He was an incredible factor in my life. But that mentorship, I graduated from high school, continued. Afterwards, I joined the Navy. And the impact that the Vietnam generation made on me when I joined my first SEAL Team 5 as an E3 in '93, continued. Many of the mentors that I have had in the last 32 years of my service are in this room tonight. Many of the mentors that I met immediately arriving at the team influenced me then, and they have continued to influence me throughout my entire career, as every veteran in this room has had an impact on all of us in NSW. But names like Bailey and McIntosh, Harrell, yes, even Billy Nell, Rick Knepper, all of you, and I could go on literally naming so many of you that had a direct impact on my life. There's no way that I can catch everybody, and Roger Hayden's not here with us tonight. If I said McCarthy already, I'll say it again, but you guys have made and have had and continue to have the greatest impact on me personally and so many of the guys that I've had the honor and privilege of working with for so many years. You and your entire generation not only prepared me, but you've prepared Naval Special Warfare for something that they had no idea was coming. You taught us discipline. You taught us how to survive in combat, attention to detail. You hammered rehearsals, tactics, movement, how to take care of our gear, how to take care of each other. You taught us how to be ready. You taught us how to adapt. You taught us how to think. That is what you gave us. That was your gift to us. Because I joined in 1992, I did not see full-scale combat for a decade after I joined. It wasn't until after 9/11 that things got very real again for Naval Special Warfare. I was on my 6th platoon when I finally had the first opportunity to see it all come into action. And as platoon members, as instructors, our generation, those of us that came in under your guidance, we did everything we possibly could to instill the discipline, the preparedness, the tactics, the readiness. We listened to you and we gave it to the generation that we were raising to come behind us. And what I witnessed in combat was nothing less than miraculous. I watched senior operators and brand new guys on countless combat operations responding with precision and lethality under direct enemy fire time and time again, only every time, because of what you gave us. Gentlemen, you need to hear me. The success that Naval Special Warfare has had in the last 20 years, the last 2 decades in combat, is because of you. Our success is because of you, and it was you who prepared us for what would come. It is you who prepared us, who are serving now on active duty, to prepare the next generation of the Frog family. Those of us who have survived those of us who have survived owe you our lives. Thank you. Not only did you train us and prepare us for combat, but you molded our character. You taught us how to be frogmen. You taught us most what mattered in service to our nation. I can still remember 2 gentlemen, the 2 Vietnam vets, who spoke to my Hell Week class on the eve of our class going into Hell Week. One of them is in this room tonight. You talked to us about grit. You talked to us about resilience. About commitment. You reminded us that it was not going to be easy. You told us to accept it, to be happy with it, and that no matter how miserable Hell Week was, you told us that the reality was that it was going to be way worse in the teams, and you were absolutely right. You told us that it was our duty to stay in the fight and keep getting back up. And you told us that no matter what, if you could just commit, if you could stay true to what it was that you chose to do, that you would see us on the other side, and that you would understand what being a SEAL, being a frogman, was all about. Mr. Thornton, thank you. Thank you for providing me the expectation of what life in this community is all about. To every other Frogman veteran in this room, thank you for providing every SEAL that has served since you have been in, and every SEAL that will continue, every SWIC, every member of the SEAL community and the NSW community. I thank you all, gentlemen, for giving us the gift of life in service to nation and Naval Special Warfare. Thank you. Okay, Vice Admiral Davis, I didn't cry too much, so we're good. Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me absolute distinct pleasure, and it is my honor to introduce to you Navy SEAL and Medal of Honor recipient, Mr. Mike Thornton.